Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Whip It Like Butter. It's your girl Ashley, and today, y'all, I'm so excited. I'm always so excited, right? But for real, this recipe says everything fall, everything holiday season. Today, we're going to make a gingerbread pound cake, y'all. It has all these spices in there: allspice, ginger, nutmeg, cinnamon, and a little bit more. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So, I'm gonna show you how it's done. Let's go. Here we go. So we're going to start off by adding our spices into our sifted flour. So the spices that we're adding are ground ginger, ground nutmeg, cinnamon, cloves, and allspice. It may sound a lot, but it's not. You need all that for this delicious goodness. And we're also going ahead and adding our baking powder and salt right in here, and we're giving this a good mix. You can also give it a good whisk if you like. So into the mixer, we're going with our butter. All right, we're going to whip it like butter. All right, and so we're going to get that started. And then we're going to go ahead and add our brown sugar. Y'all, we're not using any granulated sugar for this recipe, just this dark brown sugar. Okay, so when it's like this, then we're going to go ahead and add in our eggs one at a time. Of course, mixing well after each addition. So we're going to add a total of 4 eggs into this recipe. Okay, butter and eggs, of course, at room temperature. And then we're going to go ahead and scrape down the sides of our bowl at this point right here. Okay, so we're adding our vanilla extract in here. And then we're going to add our molasses, y'all. Ooh, I'm getting excited just looking at it going into the bowl. Y'all don't like molasses by itself, like not with biscuits or anything else like that old school stuff. But in this cake, yes, everything. Okay, and so we're going to go ahead and start adding our flour and our milk into the mixture. So whole milk at room temperature. Of course, like always, we're going to start with flour and we're going to end with flour. So we're going to mix the flour until it's blended into the batter we already have, and then we're going to add the milk. So I brought y'all closer so y'all can see. It's really easy to see, especially since we have all these spices in the molasses. The batter is dark. So I'm showing you right here how we're mixing in the flour at a, nice little pace right here. And then once the flour is incorporated with the dough, not till like there's absolutely no white streaks, right? But once it's incorporated, like you can see right here before we added the milk, that's when we want to go ahead and add in the milk. So again, we're going to start with flour and we're going to end with flour, adding the milk in between. So we went ahead and turned off our mixer, and we're going to finish this off with the hand mix, y'all. Because why? Like what I always tell you, you don't want to overmix your batter. So we're going to go ahead and I'm actually using a spatula to go ahead and do my last little mix. And we're going to spray the hell out of that bundt pan because we don't have no sticking over here, Whip It Like Butter, because we spray the hell out that pan. And if you don't know, the spray that we're using is Baker's Joy, and it's a flour and oil mix. If you check out my Amazon link in the description, you can grab you some bottles, or you can find it at most local stores. Okay, so we're gonna pour that batter right into our bundt pan that we have nice and sprayed. Y'all, another tip, I never like preheat my oven, and I can preheat my oven at the beginning of making the cake, but I don't like pre-spray because that spray can settle in the bottom of your pan, and we don't want that. I spray right before adding that batter onto the pan. Okay, so we baked this cake for 60 minutes at 350 degrees. We're going to go ahead and let that cool for 20 minutes, and then bam, like always, comes right out that pan. Okay, y'all, so we're going to go ahead and add our icing. Okay, so we have our room temperature butter here, our room temperature cream cheese I had to fight with a little bit, and we're going to go ahead and give that a mix, and then we're going to start adding in our other ingredients. So I'm bringing y'all closer so y'all can see. So we're adding in our powdered sugar, and then we're going to add in our vanilla, and we're going to slowly add in our milk. You always slowly add in your milk because you can always, stop if you reach the consistency, but you can't take away right after you poured it into the mix. Okay, so you want to mix and just until combined, y'all. Me and this frosting almost had a problem, okay? And I'm going to tell y'all about that. So I'm going in with the spatula and I'm scraping down the sides of the bowl. And we're going to finish the mix and then we're going to be done. Well, I decided to like give it another little mix because I wanted mine to be even smoother. And yeah, it changed the texture of the frosting. And I'm glad I had this experiment so I can tell y'all what not to do this experience. So don't over mix. Mix. I can show you right here how I'm adding it. It looks all foamy and stuff. Yeah, that wasn't working. Mix just until combined and then stop. Make sure that your butter and your cream cheese are, you know, definitely at room temperature so you don't have that issue. And then I did the frosting over again the same way. I mixed a little bit more than I showed you all the first time, but this was fine. Y'all had to take that frosting off the cake and start over. So just because another tip, just because you have your butter and your cream cheese at room temperature doesn't mean it's going to be 100% smooth because that's how it can be sometimes. But you know, play around with it and get it the way you like. But I definitely also recommend the paddle if you're attachment if you're going to use a stand mixer, so you're not over whipping your frosting. So I'm gonna jazz this up a little bit, do a little dust of nutmeg, and then we're gonna go ahead and add some pecans on top of our cake. That is completely optional. I just added some pecans, you know, because we want to jazz a little up a little bit, and I think it was a really nice addition to this cake. Now, I could have left that frosting failure out, but I wanted to keep it real with y'all and tell you all about my experiences so you don't have to end up having the same experience. So stick around. We're getting ready to go ahead and get into the taste test for this cake. Can we take a minute and appreciate the cut on this cake? It's like, it came out just so nice. If you want to get it cut like this, especially with the icing being so soft, you want to place the cake in the refrigerator, which you should anyway, because that's cream cheese frosting and butter. And I left mine in there overnight. I took it out like maybe 20 minutes before I was getting ready to cut it. And so when the cake is cold, especially a cake like this with a soft icing, you get a nice clean cut if you make sure it's cold. But anywho, what I've been waiting for. I can taste that molasses all up in this cake. It tastes awesome. I can't wait for y'all to try it. Y'all are gonna love this cake. Honey, I'll probably let mine set out a little bit longer, just so some of that cool can wear off, because I do like a room temperature cake. But honey, grab some tea, or like a little spice cocktail, or some apple cider, and be banging with this cake, okay? So, y'all know what I want y'all to do. Like, share, subscribe, and always come back and join us for more over here with the like butter. Bye.